Good afternoon. We'd like to welcome everybody here today on such short notice to introduce our new head coach of the Greensboro Swarm, Coach Joe Wolf. This is a special and exciting day for all of us here with the organization. As many of you know, Joe is very familiar to this market and region as a former ACC star playing with and coaching at various levels of his experience. Joe is very familiar with the rich basketball tradition in the state, and we're very excited for Joe to join our organization. Also today, we're very fortunate to have with us, with the Charlotte Hornets, President of Basketball Operations and General Manager Mitch Kupchak, as well as head coach of the Hornets, Coach James Borrego. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
And I would be remiss to make sure that we want to recognize Buzz Peterson, who is with the Hornets as the Assistant General Manager, who will play a large role here in Greensboro moving forward. I would now like to turn it over to Coach Wolf for an opening statement, followed by Mitch Kupchak and Coach Borrego.
Thank you, Steve. Mitch, Buzz, Coach Borrego, thank you for an amazing opportunity. Having coached at different levels of basketball, I appreciate and understand the significance of what the Swarm means to the Hornets and what the G League means to the NBA. I think it's with that understanding that will allow us to be in a better position to be successful. I can't believe I get to live in Greensboro. I love the Carolinas. Obviously, I have a past here. It's for me. It's a blessing. I can't wait to be amongst the Greensboro fan base. The Swarm fans are passionate. A great facility here. I look forward to that. So thank you, Steve. Thank you, Mitch, Buzz, and Coach Borrego. I look forward to getting to work.
Thank you, Steve. In addition to the Swarm staff that's been here, for some time and is here today, we also have, a lot of other Hornet staff as well. And I don't want to mention everybody. And the reason why, they're all here today is we just got back from Chapel Hill, which is where we're going to have our training camp, which actually starts in about 2 weeks from today. But the other person that I do work very closely with, I do want to mention Larry Jordan, sitting next to Buzz, in the basketball operations side of the Hornets. And the reason why I mention it is that going forward, the Hornets plan to work very closely, with the Swarm here in Greensboro. That's not to say that in the past that wasn't the case, but we plan to work as close as possible. Coach Borrego, I'm sure, will touch on it when I pass the mic to him. But player development is a key part of our understanding of how to improve the Hornet franchise going forward. And player development covers a lot of different bases. Of course, it covers development on the court. It covers development off the court. We plan to send as many of our players from the Hornets down, and I shouldn't use the word down, but to the Swarm to get playing time. Whether it's one game and then back to the Hornets at night, or whether it's for a week. But we have at least 4 players that are eligible to be sent down and develop, play minutes. Of course, try to win games. That's important, and I know that's what Coach Wolf wants to do. But we've, had extensive conversations, Joe and I, about how I see the G League team and its relationship to the Hornets. And yes, we'd love to see this building full of people and standing up and cheering and crowd and just going crazy over wins and hopefully pursuit of a championship. But just as importantly, it's to develop Hornet players that are under existing contracts, the synergies between the league and the NBA and the G League teams have gotten more and more meaningful with contracts called Exhibit 10s and two-way contracts. So possibilities that were not there 10 years ago are now there between the Hornets and the Swarm, and we plan to take full advantage of it. Personally, I'll be here as often as I can be. I know Buzz will be here. I know Larry will be here. And once again, I don't want to mention everybody else, but a bunch of us were on Chapel Hill this morning getting ready. So it's been a great trip for us going across the state. We're looking forward to starting our camp in 2 weeks. I know Joe and his staff will be in Chapel Hill, will be present for our training camp, because we expect Joe to work very closely with Coach Borrego, not only in the development of players, but also the style of basketball. So excited to be here. It's a wonderful facility inside this building right here, and then in the back with the locker room and the weight room. It's a great place for a development and a G League team to be. Coach?
Yep. Well, first of all, impressive facilities. My first time here in Greensboro, my first time here at this facility, and this is quite a facility. It's impressive. I'm going to be here a tremendous amount, but I think most importantly today we found a head coach to lead our group. The G League is something that we value, we're going to use. It's something that I've looked to in the past to help our players get better. We're an organization that believes in development. We said that from day one. We're going to develop our players at the highest level, and the G League allows you to do that. I've seen it, get players better every single year, and you need the leadership to do that. And between myself, Mitch, Joe Wolf now, we're aligned. The three men sitting up here are aligned to get our players better. Joe will share our vision. He shares our vision, how we're going to play, our style of play, our skill development. We want this place packed, energized, and Joe will do a great job here for the Swarm. I will be here as much as I can. As Mitch said, we're about 90 miles away. It's not far. My family will be here. Our staff will be here watching games. So we look forward to being a part of this community. As much as we can, we want our players down here. We have a roster of 14 or 15 right now. When players are out of the rotation, when they're in the rotation, we will use the Swarm to send them up here to play a game. There's nothing like sending players to play 5-on-5 in an active G League game or NBA game. They get better when they play. And I believe this is a major resource for our young guys to get better. We don't look to the past. I think this place, whether it was or wasn't used in the past, is no longer our concern. We move forward, and we value this place and being a part of this community. So congratulations to Joe. Really excited to have you on board. He's an extension of me. He's an extension of our staff. He's treated just like a part of my staff. He'll be a part of training camp. He'll be a part of practices. He'll be a part of meetings. And that's how much I value him and his entire staff. So congratulations, Joe. Thank you.